G'day everyone, and welcome to this special live edition of Drew's Adventures. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, liking the video, share it out with your friends. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. Don't forget too, you can join as a member of the channel for just $1.49 Australian per month. Now, I'm down here at the River Torrens in northeast Adelaide, and we have had a lot of rain, heaps and heaps of rain, and there is more to come. So far, most Bureau of Meteorology observations of rainfall indicate amounts between 5 and 25 mils. 25 mils being in Crafers in the Adelaide Hills. So it's getting quite good. We need this rain, that's for sure. And it's nice to see. So this is the River Torrens for those who are just joining in. It's nice to see the river getting a decent flush. Feel free to say hello. I'm down at Court, the River Torrens here, one of Adelaide's major rivers. G'day Trudy. Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. It's interesting, this area of the River Torrens, when I was first in this area, was always really subject to floods. So it's been pretty full on. But this, they scooped out all of the debris for a little while through it. G'day Vegemite Girl, welcome in. And Famo59, welcome in. Yes, back home now, mate. Yeah, back home, Famo. Back in South Australia. And this is the northeast. And Vegemite Girl says Victor Harbour, the backyard is now a swamp which squelches as you walk. Yeah, that's good fun, as long as you don't go for a slide. So yeah, there's been rainfall between 5 mils, in some places, right up to about 25 mils in the Crafers area. I saw on the Bureau of Meteorology latest observations. There is more rain to come. So this is just the start, perhaps, of the rainfall. We did have some storms this morning. I was not able to get out and film those, I'm afraid. Would have loved to. G'day Lindsay, nice to see you here, mate. Yes, we have had a decent amount of rain over here, finally. Because South Australia is notoriously dry. It's the driest inhabited state in the driest inhabited continent here in South Australia. So I just thought I'd show you all some of this beautiful river. It's nice to see a few ducks in there too. If you look closely, you will see the ducks. Yeah, g'day Fogarty. G'day O'Malley. Ash's Concerts, welcome in guys, great to have you all here. Yeah, absolutely, some great lightning earlier this morning. I did see a photograph of White's Road, Salisbury, I think it was, White's Road, and there was a tree there that had been struck by lightning. That was on Facebook, I saw that come up. I haven't seen anything that extreme, but yeah. Alright Famo, thanks for coming in mate, appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's totally free. If you've never seen my stuff before, have a look through some of my other content. I love to do this kind of thing, as well as abandoned stuff, wildlife encounters, general exploring. So consider subscribing if you haven't already. It's decent water flow here. I would love to be able to take you up to the Adelaide Hills, where I sometimes head up, but unfortunately that area I will not get phone service. This tree, that tree there, Ash, yeah, that one I think has already been down like that. I think it's been like that for a while, but there are definitely bits and pieces here. This is the Linear Park region, if you like. It lines pretty much the entire River Torrens all the way down to Henley Beach. At the moment I'm up here at Dernancourt, Paradise, whichever one you want to call it. I think one side of the river is Dernancourt, one side is Paradise, but it's freezing cold. Oh yes, sorry Ash, yes, you're right, the tree that was struck by lightning, absolutely. We had that happen at my own house actually, and the tree that was struck split in two, and one half of it ended up on my dad's shed. Luckily he wasn't in the shed, but the other half was out in the park and they had to take the entire tree down. And that's at my house, but that was many years ago. I was in Sydney at the time and my mum rang me in a real panic. Andrew, what's happened to the tree? I'm like, I don't know. What am I supposed to know? But yeah, the poor old shed, my dad's shed is still not entirely fixed. And council did not want to come to the party about liability, but even though it's their tree. Yeah, Browns Hill Creek at Mitcham. Good point, Lindsay. Good point, mate. Yeah, I do love that area too. Don't get down there as much, but yeah, as you can see, it is flowing well along here. We might do a walk up and around. I have got the umbrella here. I was hoping no one came by and nicked it. Yeah, a few big puddles. We will rebuild, as they say. No, I don't have my wellies on. I've got my rather rough looking Nikes on. But isn't that great to see? Isn't that great to see the water flowing through what can be a bit of a dried up creek bed many times. So this bridge now is Lower Northeast Road. You can see it's got a huge gap between it. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but there you go. I'm not an engineer. Pigeons are enjoying their shelter. Someone's headband. Now I might just show you this little monument here quickly. It's dedicated to the Battle of Dernancourt in France, World War I, I believe. And I believe there's actually a time capsule potentially in this, but I'm not too sure. Estimated 1,600 Germans and 1,230 Australians died as a result, with the Australians awarded the Battle Honour Ancre 1918. Only 3 of the town's 110 houses were left standing at the end of the battle. So this is why the area of Dernancourt is called Dernancourt in Adelaide, named after this battle from World War One. Now, I'm not too sure how long I'll be live for. It is freezing cold on the hands. Yes, actually you're right, Vegemite Girl. I think the bridge gap is for that, for expansion joints, because heat can play a huge role on infrastructure. Just like if you've seen some of the photographs out of Germany, I think it was one of the tram lines in Germany where the rubber on the road next to the tram lines had all melted because of the heat. Let's go over this way, away from the traffic a bit. Yeah, I do. I need gloves that actually can work with a touch screen, because I find them a little bit awkward, plus holding the umbrella in the other hand in case there is a massive downpour. Just got to watch where I step because it's a bit soggy here. Here we go. Beautifully green in the winter, South Australia is. By about November, December, this starts to go back to sort of a browner colour. Well, the native stuff does. Obviously this grass is watered by the local councils and stuff, but let's have a look just down here. This is the area where the river's flowing nicely. Just got to keep my eyes peeled for who's around as well, because Linear Park is not always a safe place either, unfortunately. Lots of stories online of strange things going on here. Right. Almost tropical 13 degrees Celsius, yeah. Yeah. It is cold here. I think my phone was saying that Dernancourt here, or Paradise, was about 10 degrees, but it feels like 7. But it is beautiful to see this water flowing solidly, and there's still more rain to come. They're saying for tomorrow around 10 to 20 millimeters of rain is going to fall. We'll see what happens. It sure is. It sure is. It bites on the hands, I'll tell you. Holding this phone, it bites on the hands, but it is what it is. So let me know, is your area, or has your area had flooding at all? Have you had any trees come down in your area? Did you get woken up by the storm this morning? Or had to drive in it? Can be intense to have to drive in stormy weather. G'day D, welcome in mate. Awesome, 12 mils in the rain gauge, 14 Vegemite Girl says down the Fleurieu Peninsula, or Fleurieu, I don't know how you say that. I think it is Fleurieu technically. But that's a beautiful part of South Australia. If you've never been to the Fleurieu, then definitely get down there. Yeah, true. GR 19611 says fantastic weather when you have a physical job. Yeah, true. I mean, I guess it makes digging out things a bit easier, except if they flood up, but certainly does make it harder. 63 mils, wow. D, that's quite a lot, because I was only looking up this morning, Ballarat had a lot less, but oh right, Vegemite Girl, yeah, 3 AM, that would be intense to be driving through that. And the thing is too, it's mostly that people cannot drive anymore. I don't know what has happened, but people just drive like they're half asleep on the road. G'day Crubby, g'day Stormy Day. Have I missed anyone else? No. G'day, welcome in. Great to have you here. I am down at the River Torrens, and I just thought I'd show everyone how the rivers are flowing down here after the storms and rain has hit for day 1 of 2. We're expecting even more rain tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but it's pretty awesome. Not too bad here, thanks, Stormy Day. How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. Oh wow, D, that's crazy. Golden Square, Bendigo, near Bendigo, had 93 millimeters. That has to be a record, surely. I mean, I know that Victoria is wetter than South Australia, but 93 mils, that's very tropical. Extremely tropical. Now, I don't know if everyone can hear that. I'm going to be a bit quiet for a bit. Can you hear the frogs? There are frogs here, and I know Dee loves her frogs. Listen very carefully. Yeah, little frogs. Rip, 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 rip. I cannot do that very well. I'm going to actually pop yous on this thing. So I have a way on this phone to do this. So let's see if it works. There we go, sort of not. Still do it like that. We go. Yeah, it's a beautiful area here, Crubby. Beautiful area. It's completely free, this park. You can walk all the way from the Adelaide Hills down to the beach. And it's a perfect little spot to recreate, work online if you're working online, at home, work from home if you're lucky enough to have that. Yeah, frogs, absolutely. I love them. I absolutely love frogs. I wish we had more, because then we'd have less mosquitoes. In the summertime, the mosquitoes, wow. It's a frog symphony, everyone. So welcome in. If you're new here, it's great to have you here. Please consider subscribing. Thank you to all my channel members as well, and subscribers, many loyal subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. This is the River Torrens. We've got beautiful frogs. It is, isn't it, Trudy? It's beautiful. They make the most wonderful little sounds. For such a small animal, frogs are quite vocal, really. Yeah, I can. Here you go, Crubby. So this is the entire sort of area here. There are homes up there. There's obviously roads around as well. You can see some homes up here. They have a perfect view to the river. And then there's a lot of different trails through here. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It is a super place. Absolutely, Crubby. G'day, Stella. Great to see you here. Welcome in. Nice to have you here. I'm going to try and talk a bit less so you can actually hear the frogs and just watch the river. But this is at Dernancourt, South Australia. If you know anyone who loves storms and this kind of stuff, share it to them. Show them what the River Torrens looks like today. Expecting more rain to come. So there will be more rain, folks, supposedly, according to the forecast. You can hear these beautiful frogs in the background. I'll shut up for a bit. G'day Jed, welcome in mate. Great to have you here. I was just letting everyone know we've had between 5 and 25 millimetres of rain so far across the Adelaide region, from the hills obviously getting the most amount of rain, right down to some of the small towns around South Australia also getting some. Garden Pixie, welcome in. Yeah, definitely do it. Definitely have a look at your creeks. Are you in South Australia, Garden Pixie? I'm not sure. All good if you don't want to say. Yeah. But it is absolutely beautiful out here, even though it is cold. The weather is saying it was about 10 degrees, but feels like 7, I think my phone was saying. Great. Good to see you here, Garden Pixie. Welcome in. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. Share out the video. Anyone who loves rain or storms or anything like that. I always try to get this kind of things. This is the River Torrens, one of Adelaide's 3 or 4 main river systems. Definitely, Nick. Welcome in, mate. Nick Diaz. Welcome in, my friend. Yeah, watch out for the trains. Yes. I'm not in a train area, so we're all good here, but the northeast never really got trains, northeast of Adelaide. But absolutely, you do have to watch for all of these things, and especially out here in this creek, probably if any of these banks started to get a bit wonky. There's a reason I'm down here and not just there, because I don't trust that this little bit of bank there might partly collapse. So I've got just resting on a tree surround. That's good to see there is a decent little tree in there. It's great to have you all here. Thanks for coming in. Yep, definitely, that's right. You don't know what can be on the very edge of creek stuff. I have seen some incredibly eroded cliffs where people stand on the top and there's this giant hole underneath them. No, not near the headwaters, Stormy. No. It is beautiful scenery, Nick. Absolutely. Nick and I go way back, folks. Nick and I have known each other since, we're in our late teens, early 20s. And we're now in our 40s. You hear those beautiful frogs. That's right, Nick. We are no longer youthful people. Yeah, Trudy. It is. It's a great day for ducks. Totally agree. I wish I could actually get one come down the river while I've got this view, but you know what it's like. Wildlife and children, they always say they don't behave for cameras. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. There goes aircraft. Now it's interesting, the aircraft are taking off, I think, from the other side of the runway, so that means that there is more weather to come normally. I notice Adelaide Airport does that. If the weather gets a bit funny, they take off from the beach side and head towards the hills, the land side of Adelaide. So I've just noticed that now there's an aircraft that's taking off or gone over, that's coming away from the ocean side. So there must be some more of this weather in store. Let's go for a wander. So you can see how this bank has eroded here. I mean, this one's not a real bad one, but yeah, if you ever are interested, look up ADSB Exchange. ADSB Exchange, Alpha Delta Bravo, Sierra Bravo, ADSB, and you can look up ADSB Exchange and that will actually show you the aircraft patterns, I suppose you could say. Going to try and work out another spot for you all to see this beautiful river, but it's not easy. Yes, I did too, Garden Pixie. Bit of hail, quite large too, quite large. Well, large enough for South Australia, not like they get in places like the Gold Coast and that, where they get golf ball size or small rock size hail, but there definitely was a little bit of that. Yeah, that's right, Stellador. Yeah, the flight path. Yeah, this is part of the River Torrens, so it is one of the many areas of the River Torrens. It sort of snakes itself around from the Adelaide Hills all the way down to Henley, I think it is. And there's some ducks down there. You might be able to see them right in the middle of the frame, just near that tree there. But oh, it's starting to rain again. Beautiful. Not raining heavily, but it is raining, that's for sure. So the umbrella might have to come out in a minute. I'm going to head up to the path. Yeah, definitely. Exactly, it was big. I don't oh, Stella, I think I've looked that up. I don't really have many memories of it, unfortunately, but I do remember my mum saying something about the ford, because it used to connect, was it Silks Road and Reeds Road, I think it did. And I think there was so many problems with people driving through in floodwaters that they ended up cutting it all off. I think I'm right on that. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful... This is a cycle path and walking path, this one. So you can take your bike, your scooters, whatever you're legally allowed to. I don't know what you're allowed to take on this, but can't drive, but it is beautiful. Let's go over here to another section of the river. Oh dear, the path is majorly flooded. It's alright. It's a good thing I'm totally wearing great shoes. We will get koalas here, Dee. I have seen them in sections of this park, and there's always a chance there could be one around, because this is all red gum forest, I think, red gum eucalyptus. I've definitely seen koalas here in the past, but I'm not seeing any at the moment here. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can set you on that. Oop, sort of. There we go. Yeah, rapids, yeah. I don't know. I know Stormy Day, they've been doing a lot of work up the top area of the River Torrens, but I don't know if the rapids still exist up there so much. Yeah, they definitely, like, if you hear a tree crack, or you hear a cracking sound around these trees, you've got to get running or look real quick. Because yeah, these trees, eucalyptus trees, are notorious for dropping branches and also having very shallow root bases, generally speaking. G'day, I Show Fire Live FF. What is this guy doing there? Just having a look, mate, at the rainfall and the river here. Checking out how the weather has been since we've had some pretty good rains here in Adelaide, South Australia. Welcome in. Yeah, the koalas are likely to be probably pretty hidden away, I'd say. That's right. That's very true. Yeah, exactly. The eucalyptus trees are quite a interesting tree. They're both a wonderful tree and, like you say, can be really full on during especially fires and things like that. But yes, you can see how they're all leaning towards the river for the most part here. Keep my eyes peeled for koalas, but I'm not seeing any, I have to say. But yeah, they can definitely come all the way down. All the way down. Oh, there's rosellas. Look very, very closely. I'll just see if I can zoom into that. Oh, just taken off. But there's a beautiful rosella there. Hindmarsh Falls, I have been there. Hindmarsh Falls, nice little spot. Very nice little spot. Check out how big some of these eucalyptus are. They are massive. Put my foot there. I'm a size 12.5 US foot. And these things, I could probably lay on the ground next to it and it would still be longer than my body length overall. They are a solid tree. Stop bragging. I tell you what, I don't like having big feet because it's really hard to get decent shoes. Oh, every shoe that I like only goes up to about US 10. Everyone's like, oh, we've got this in the size 10. I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. How's everyone's day been? Pretty good, I hope. Now here's a little side path. We'll go down this path. I'm not sure if someone's put this water out for a koala or for a dog, perhaps someone who's walking a pet. Can't see any koala up here in this tree though, and I think that water has been there for a while. Looks rather ick. Yeah, so I'm walking towards the hills, walking towards the hills here. So if I obviously walked to the other side, that it would take me down towards the city and then towards the beach. I have actually done the entire track of this. I have done it as a walk. I think it took me about 3 hours, maybe. It's absolutely beautiful walking area. And the great thing is it's free. Deep Creek, yes, been there, mate. I have been to Deep Creek several times. One of the nicest areas in South Australia, Deep Creek Conservation Park, or National Park I think it is now. Heaps of kangaroos down there. And pretty cheap parking as well. Sorry, camping and parking. You can go there for free during the day. I do, GR. I do. I love all of Australia, really. Lived in several places, but Adelaide is definitely what I would call home nowadays. Oh, just got to show you all this. This is interesting, folks. Now, this down here, I think, is what we would call a slime mould. Either that, or it is just amber that has dried up on the tree. But let's see if I can get it in focus. There we go. I think that's a slime mould. So, a type of fungus. And they live on rotting wood. So if you do some bushwalks or any sort of walking like this, always have a look. Always have a look for what is growing on trees as well as the trees themselves. Yeah, 3 hours from the hills to the sea. That's right, Garden Pixie. One direction. Mind you, I was a lot fitter then. Yes, Stella, Cobbler Creek is a beautiful area out near Golden Grove. In that area, Cobbler Creek is fantastic. Happy half new year. Yeah, that's true. And you're right, I love the smell of this here, Lindsay, the eucalyptus bark. Just the general freshness that rain brings. Now, I reckon, Stella, this might be, where I'm heading up to now, might be where the ford used to be. Oh, that's no good. Oh, Garden Pixie, I love cats. I love cats, so I'm sorry to hear that. And it's hard, especially when you've tried to rescue them as well. It is sad. So sorry to hear that, Garden Pixie. They cannot always cope, can they, when they've had a rough life? Oh, have a look at the little tiny... Oh, you can't even see it probably. And I probably cannot even zoom into it before it takes off on me. Yep, it's taken off. There was a little blue wren just down there. A blue fairy. They used to call them fairy wrens. I don't know if they still do. But I think that word became a bit uncertain with them. But little wren, blue wren. Yeah, very true, Stella. Very true, Adelaide. The 20-minute city by car, but I think these days it's more like 45 minutes. But it's still a lot easier to generally get from one side to the other than it is in Sydney or Melbourne. Yeah. Now this, I reckon this is what you were talking about, Stella. I don't know whether that's been made by kids or what. There's like a little shelter thing here. Probably has, but I think this is where the ford used to be. Because that side I think is Reeds Road. And that side over there is Silks Road. I have been there too, Stormy. I have been to Ingalala Falls. I have been out there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure where I'm standing right now used to be where the road would come down, and then on the other side would connect to Silks Road, I think is what it's called, Reeds and Silks Road. But this, I'm pretty sure, used to be the ford that you were talking about, Stella. Because yeah, that road there would connect right across the River Torrens via the ford. And of course, not vehicle Ford, but FJORD, I think it is, for Jord. Here's the little duck pond. It's looking very still at the moment. Yeah, Ingalalla Falls is a beautiful spot as well. No worries, no worries. Yeah, this I'm pretty sure is... Now, I don't like looking over things, but I'll do it for you guys from heights. But yes, this I'm pretty sure used to be where the road came down, where that vehicle is just going through. I think this used to connect all the way through and then would take you up to the road up there. I can't see any bitumen down there, but I'm sure it is when it's not flying as high as this. But yeah, they did. I'm pretty sure they cut it off because people drowned or terrible accidents were going on. Oh yeah, there you go. There's a little indicator of the old infrastructure. If I can zoom into that. And this one's for you, Stella. Have a look just in the centre of the frame. I'm trying to hold it as still as possible. There is an old meter sign, like water meter sign or height sign. So I reckon that there and all this through here used to be where the Ford road would go through, and then you'd drive up here and you'd be on the other side of the River Torrens. G'day Lenny, welcome in. Thank you, thanks for being here. It's great to have you here. Just showing everyone how the rainfall and the floods have affected some of the River Torrens here. Not too bad really, all things considered. But they have put a lot of effort into making the River Torrens a lot safer, because it used to be quite a flood zone, I think. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that part of the reason why they got rid of this ford was because of the risk of going over that and ending up in this quite deepish part of the river. G'day the living dead, welcome in. Great to have you here. Welcome in if you're new here, if you're watching from Adelaide or from somewhere else in Australia, from overseas. It's awesome to have you here. This is the River Torrens in Adelaide, South Australia. One of our beautiful natural rivers that has had to cope with urbanisation, I guess. It's also known as Karawira Parry, I think is how it's said. And that meant Red Gum River, if I'm correct, in the Kaurna language. G'day, Hucky Chucky. Oh, nice. Right near your place. Cool. Cool. It's a great little area. The USA, awesome. Welcome in. Ah, right. Okay. A swimming centre. Right. It's very interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of places that we once knew no longer exist or got moved. But yeah, There you go, recycled water, do not drink, do not feed the ducks. Dogs must be in a lead, clean up after your dog. No fishing, no motorbikes. Yeah. There you go. It's great to have you here. Great to have you all here. What's the time? I'm just going to see. It's 2:45 PM here. Yes, I probably do need to have a warm drink soon. Yeah, now that's interesting. See this here? Look very closely, folks. That has to be part of the old Ford Road, I reckon, where I'm just lighting up the umbrella. I reckon that was part of the... Oops, I'm just banging the thing. G'day, John Rogers. Hey, mate, down at Lockley's by the river. Nice. Is it flying well down your way as well, John? I hope. Oh, there you go. 3:16 PM in the eastern states, and the living dead, it's 17 past midnight. Well, I hope this is some good viewing before you go to bed. Let's go up here for a bit. We'll check this little bit out. Now this, I think, is some sort of cleansing pond. Like, I don't know what the word is, ecological pond or something. So you can see how there's this chained up gate on it. And I reckon that what they do is they sort of filter the water through a number of drainage systems or drainage filters through here. I reckon that's why it's all sealed off, but I'm not an expert. Some people working on a house. What a beautiful view that house would have of this river. You wouldn't know that it's suburbia here in a way, except for the traffic. Oh, right, okay. Right, I'll have to check that out, that movie. Thanks, Stormy Day. Heaven's Burning, filmed in South Australia and part of it at Rapid Bay. Ah. Oh, here you go. Please do not fish. Yeah, Lindsay, that's exactly where I just was. The old Ford that used to cross the River Torrens, and then it was removed because I think people weren't able to do it too well. I reckon there was a death or two at that Ford. Someone might know. Accidental drownings or cars getting stuck, that sort of stuff. Because as they say with floodwaters, if it's flooded, forget it. Oh, here you go. G'day, Mad Cat Lady, welcome in. Forbidden yabbies, yeah. Oh, absolutely. So this is what this is. This is a mahogany wetland, waterproofing Northern Adelaide Wetlands Stormwater Harvesting and Recycling Project. There you go. So it's a 3 councils and 2 governments thing. Oh, I like the seats. They almost look like they're surfboards. Yeah, that's really random. They say beachcomber. These have had to have been brought over from one of the coastal councils, surely. Because I can tell you, you're not going to go surfing in this. So yes, hasn't rained now for about half an hour, I think. But what I might try and do is go back to where we were with the frogs. And I think I might have to head off in about another 5 minutes, but stay with me. See if I can get some more frogs, the area where the frogs were. Go back over to where I was down here, I think. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Check out my other content. I'll try and get out and about as much as I can. Show you all places, spaces, cool animal encounters, abandoned places explored, etc. Thanks, Nick. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, Garden Pixie? It is hard. Like, I absolutely love cats. I'm probably a bit of a weirdo in that sense as a bloke, but who cares? I break all the molds. But yeah, I love cats. Grew up with a cat called Milo when I was a little kid. Then we had Miff, when I was in my teens, and I think my dad had one when I was first born, but I don't think he survived too long. His name was Blackie, so pretty cute. I love cats. They're always clever and cool critters. Ah, right. Fireworks. Oh, okay, yep. Yeah, thanks, Nick. All right. Milo. Yeah, Milo was actually my childhood cat, Milo. They are cute. Oh, sorry to hear that, Living Dead, but at least you've got a cat. Cats are generally a little bit more affectionate, I think, than dogs, but it depends. I noticed that every cat has its own personality. Okay, here we go. Oh, I thought I just had thunder out in the distance, but I don't think I would have. Right, here we go. Set yours all up on here if I can, if it wants to play nice. Trying to get that centre of balance. Yeah, no, I love cats. Absolutely love them. Your dogs are always babies. Oh, cute. Yeah. Yeah, I love all animals, really. I don't know. I've always had a good thing with animals. Like, grew up with a lot of animals. I had guinea pigs as a kid. I had rabbits as a kid. I had a lot of them, both of them. They breed like rabbits. Even guinea pigs breed like rabbits. And they were so cute. Sorry, folks. Just about tipped over. Oh, right, Mickey. I like that name. I like that name, Lenny. Mickey. That's a good name for a cat. It is beautiful here. Right, very windy near O'Sullivan. Yeah. Yes, the Rosellas. Rosellas absolutely love any type of weather, I reckon. Oh, right. Yeah, Great Dane. You know, I had a funny experience with a Great Dane as a kid. Right, so I was on my bicycle and I came around this corner and there was this giant dog, and I'd never in my life even knew of a Great Dane at that time, right? I might have been about 9 or 10 years old, and I just freaked. I screamed, and this lady's like, "It's okay, he's just a naturally big dog." Looks like a storm heading for Adelaide. They are watching you, Drew. Yes. I'm thinking that we might get another storm. It's very hard to say. I mean, this morning at probably about 8 or 9 a.m. we had quite a storm. 9 a.m. and then I reckon last night as well, maybe about just after midnight, there was a bit of lightning around. I might chase the storm. I'm going to have to give this phone a bit of a charge because unfortunately streaming live really chews through the phone battery. But yeah, you're right, Living Dead. Exactly. I was just, I suppose, it was unbeknownst to me before, you know, and never having seen a Great Dane, I was like, ah. But yeah, this poor lady, I think she freaked more than I freaked because I was a little kid and I'm going, what is this frighteningly huge dog? But yeah, I might, if the storm does get decent enough to chase or to track, I will have a look for it for sure. The birds, they're lovely, aren't they, Garden Pixie? They're absolutely lovely. Yeah, it's sad, Rufus. Sad when our pets go to the Rainbow Bridge. But I firmly am a believer, right? And, you know, make of this whatever you want. But I do think that animals are reunited with us in the next life. I do think that's the case because they're quite sentient, you know, sentient beings, in my view. I know some people probably think I'm nuts for saying that, but no, I do think that animals will be reunited with us in the next life. Now, check out just in the middle here, look at that little sort of like a whirlpool thing just there. That's cool. Must be just the perfect little whirlpool area or whatever that makes that. G'day, Ian. Yeah, I won't even go there, mate, because I have respect for nature, but I do think sometimes we are getting locked out of places that would be really good to have recreational opportunities in. And yeah, I've been pretty vocal about that in other groups. G'day, the Wordsmith Cafe. G'day. I'm down here at the River Torrens. Adelaide's River Torrens. Beautiful part of Adelaide. It is freezing cold, but it is lovely. Let's go back over to the bridge for a little bit. You might get a bit of wind noise here, folks, so it's up to you if you want to turn your volume down, but I'll head slowly back towards the bridge for a little bit. Don't know if we'll go all that way because it is actually getting quite cooler. But yeah. Yeah, whirlpools, I love them. Don't really get to see a whole heap of them, but I mean, we don't get the river flow like other places do, but there's a little bit of the rapids. And there are still people out here walking. There's people around. Yeah, it is. It's been extremely wet, Brun. Welcome into Brun Free. Has a great channel as well. If you've got a channel of your own, please maybe write in the comments channel or something like that. I don't have the automatic link thing like Heather's got. I've never really understood how to configure it, so, but if you've got a channel, let people know in the comments, and if they want to connect, it'd be great to have people connect to one another. Yes, g'day Wordsmith Cafe, you are my neighbour. You've probably even seen me out and about and not even known. Oh, look at how beautiful this reflection is of the eucalypts in this little bit of water on the path. That is cool. I see you at, yes, at the water towers. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yes, the living dead. All right. Excellent. Please consider connecting to one another. Oh, freezing cold, eh? Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, so yeah, feel free to connect. Check out how enormous this red gum is. Wow. I mean, the picture doesn't really do it justice, folks, but... Oh, hear the kookaburra. There is a kookaburra up there somewhere. Oh, the wind's really coming in. And wind does not make for good live videos. Excellent. Thanks, Garden Pixie. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, if you can drop each other's links. I probably will have to head off soon because I'm getting to the point where I need to warm up again and work out the rest of the day, but yeah, feel free to connect to one another. It'd be great to build a bit of a community. I see you all, I hear you all. Don't always get a chance to get onto your channels individually. I do try to. I've got notifications on for almost everyone, I think, except for the ginormous channels. But yeah, I like the idea of building a community on here. Whoop, something's happening here. Whoop. Okay, cool. Let's go down to our frog area, and I'll think I'll wrap it up in about another 5 minutes. I've extended it. We'll see if we can hear the frogs again. It's just the wind picking up is not great for a live video. Yeah, I am, Brun. I try and do it all. I'm a part-time carer for my parents, and then this and odd jobs keeps me busy. So I do keep myself relatively busy. Alright, I'm going to put us back on here again where we were earlier. Oh good, alright, I'm glad. I just wasn't sure because sometimes people say, oh, the you know, the audio is really, you know, bad during wind and gusts of wind, but yeah. My toes are cold just watching. Very true, Stella. It is cool out here. My hands are like reddy blue, you can't really tell. But yeah, it is getting to the point where I might need to wrap it up for my own health's sake. But I'll let you all listen for the next couple of minutes in peace, and then we'll do a sign off. It's hard work, Lenny. It is very hard work. Oh, Brun, that sounds awesome. What sort of bread are you making? I have made bread before, but I've never done it regularly, I have to say. I love damper recipes, they're cool. But Lenny, it's hard, isn't it? It is really hard, like when you see family members, your parents especially, get to a point where they, need a lot more help, they need a lot more support, and sometimes it's quite a tricky thing to navigate the system. There's a lot of government forms and a lot of government this and that, and and it's emotionally draining, but it is what it is, right? It's our duty of care to those who raised us to help them as well. Brun, that sounds beautiful. White crusty bread, yum. Awesome, Wordsmith Cafe. I'm glad you've got someone like that, because that's what I try and do. It's not easy, but my parents have told me that they do not want to go to any aged care facility, pretty much. So, yeah, that's their decision. All right, take care, Garden Pixie. Take care. Thanks for coming in today. All right, folks, I am going to just be quiet for the last minute or two, all right, and let you hear this river, all right, and the wildlife, and then I will probably have to disconnect because I don't think I can cope with the cold too much longer. It's getting a lot cooler. Okay, but yeah, thanks everyone for coming in. And let's go for a couple of minutes of just wildlife and peace. Alright everyone, thanks for coming in. Take care, have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are. Ciao for now.